May we set aside our own agendas and seek what you desire for us to accomplish. Please direct our thoughts and guide our discussion. Help us to be attentive and respectful of one another's input and to work as a team. We ask that you grant us clarity of mind and lead us to helpful solutions. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and good morning, everyone. Today's reading comes for Civil Works dated July 5, 2026. Present this morning, we have our back chairperson, Engineer Dangoan, Barangay, Engineer P. Liberton. We also have our back additional member, Engineer Mahal C. Mambuay. And also we have our English representative, Engineer Pastor June. And we have Engineer Jessa Douglas. And to present the public project for the distributed companies, we have the planning and design section. We have Engineer Marcelo L. Sidicon, Engineer Joshua de la Panina, and Engineer Almar Saabeto. And from our end user, we have and from our respective leaders, we have Kalapang, good morning, ma'am. And we're truly about prosecuting during the Pasales, such as I. Good morning. So for project 26KK0052, construction completion of multi-purpose building, covered court, San Luis National High School, school ID 304137, Barangay San Luis, Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. The appropriation is 8 million. The ABC is 7,363,516.32 pesos. The duration of the project is 150 calendar days. Next, please. So this is the project site. Project site is approximately 12.3 kilometers away from the DPWH office. The site development plan. So these are the site photos. As you can see, natay existing na covered court and damaged na ang atong gutters and the downspout. The floor plan of the project. As you can see, naatay existing na covered court, ang proposed na bleachers, and then stage. The floor plan of the stage. The perspective of the project. So for the project scope, for the existing covered court, we have construction of slab on grade, excuse me, concrete drainage canal, rubber-based coating for the slab, removal and replacement of damaged PVC downspout and GI gutter. For construction of stage, complete structural members, reinforced concrete footings, columns, beams, and slab, roof trusses and roof sheets, including all roofing accessories, fascia frame, fascia board, gutter, downspout, and flashings, complete masonry works, semi-gloss painting finish on columns, beams, and stage walls, complete doors and windows, complete ceiling works, complete ramp with railings, complete tiling works, complete septic tank, complete plumbing and sanitary works, and complete electrical works. For bleachers, we have complete structural members, reinforced concrete footings, columns, beams, and bleacher slab, rubber-based coating for bleacher slab, and complete stainless steel railings. So these are the bill of quantities. So that would be awesome.
This is KK, so that's all. But you have any question, clarification from our YouTube viewer? Done. One, you, that's on the site. It's done, so we proceed with the other. As for the next project, we have 26 KK0013 fitting strengthening of permanent bridges, Maanas Bridge, Bridge ID B01289 and along Butuan City-Cagayan, City, Iligan Road. So for this scope of works, we have repair of girder, track, 2 layers of carbon fiber in all girders and slab and asphalting of bridge approach. So we have an appropriation of 19,276,000 with an approved budget cost of 70,045,099 pesos and 91 centavos with a duration of 189 calendar days, which includes Sundays, national holidays, and rainy days. Next, please. So this is our Maanas Bridge located at City-Iligan, Misamis Oriental. Next, please. These are the photos taken during the survey and validation. So as we can see, tayo crack na kailangan i-repair through epoxy, structural concrete na injection. We also have some girders and slab na kailangan na ito strengthen pa gamit ang atong mga carbon fibers and carbon fiber plate and sheet. Next is the asphalting of the approaches. And next, please. So as for the specific, natay girder crack na ayugon using structural concrete epoxy injection. asphalting sa bridge carriageway, which is ang center lanes atong bridge. So, napod tayo asphalting sa bridge approach at stations 1327 to 750 at up to 1327 plus 864 and 1327 903 up to 1327 970. For the carbon fiber, with one layer of sheet, all bridge slabs, and for the girders, natay carbon fiber nga 2 layers and carbon fiber na plate. Next, please. These are the equipment requirements for this project. Next, please. And these are the specific bill of quantities. So first, for the civil works, we have project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring for the installation of the scope of works ilalom sa atong bridge, natay removal of actual structures and obstruction, 0.1 meter thick ACP, muna ang atong damage ng asphalt sa bridge carriageway, ato i-remove din ang atong asphalt of tarong. Next is the emulsified asphalt, bituminous concrete surface wearing course. We have carbon fiber sheet, 1 layer for the slab and 2 layers for the girders, and carbon fiber plate also for the girders. And this item patching applies to the structural concrete epoxy injection. So patching atong gamit na item. And we also have reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings, white and yellow for the bridge asphalting. So that would be all for the project.
Good morning, everyone. For the project 26 KK 0012, retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridges, Gahub DEO 1346 MN along the CIR. Next, please. For the location, Gahub Bridge is located at Gingoog City. Next. Ano ang picture sa Gahub Bridge nga atong repair. Next. For the bridge length, natay 62.67 meters with appropriation of 19,276,000 with the ABC of 17,192,508.43. Project duration of 143 calendar days. Source of fund GAA. Next, please. This is the atong scope of works. At we have carbon fiber at center lane and carbon fiber sheets and carbon fiber plates. Next, please. We have also carbon fiber sheets at center, tolling at the center on the slab. Next, please. This is the carbon fiber plate for girders at the carriageway. Next, please. This is the section of for the carbon fiber sheets on slab, 1 layer. Then carbon fiber sheets on center girders, 1 layer. Yield over 4 both ends. And carbon fiber plates, 4 strips at all girders, center girders only. Next, please. The next of this scope of work is removal of 16 asphalt with 0.05 meter thick. As we can see, nasa tolling sa carriageway sa bridge with a width of 10.6, length of 62.67, and approach A of length of 168 meters and width of 15.6. Next, please. Also, a scope of work of asphalt overlay, tolling sa carriageway of the bridge, then napot tayo approach na 122.4 sa approach B and approach A of 168 meters. The next is work is PCCP shoulder with a length of 65.7 meters, 2 meters width, and well guard installation of 27 units. Next, please. Next. Also, scope of work of capitalized pavement markings with a length of approach A 172.5 meters and 62.67 of bricks, and approach B of 126.9 with thermoplastic yellow and white. Next. This is the item of works, field office for the engineer, project billboards, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization, general scaffolding and shoring, removal of actual structure obstruction 0.05 meter thick asphalt, surplus common excavation, aggregate base service course, emulsified asphalt, bituminous surface, concrete surface wearing course, 50 mm, PCCP, and reinforced 0.3 meter thick, paint, carbon fiber sheets, 1 layer, carbon fiber plate, stone masonry, refractorized pavement markings, white and yellow, and lastly is concrete joint sealant, hard poured elastic type. Next. That's all. Thank you.
So, do you have any questions? Well, there's no questions for our YouTube viewer. So we proceed with the next. Okay.
Next project, retrofitting, strengthening of permanent bridge, Dangoan Bridge 2 along Butuan, Cagayan, Butuan City, Cagayan de Oro, City-Iligan Road. Next. So with a contact ID of 26 KT 0010, bridge length 52.5 meters, located at Misamis Oriental, with the appropriation of 19,276,000, with an EBC of 17,150,272, with a duration of 160 calendar days, including Sunday, national holiday, and rainy days. And so this is the location of the project near Adulatory Quarry. Next. So the topographic plan, the yellow one is the Dangoan Beach 2. Next. So this is the scope of project. The blue one is the girder. So natay sa kaningang bridge natay 3 span. So ang 6 girders lang ang naay 2 layers of carbon fiber sheets, then 1 strip of carbon fiber plate. Next. So sa abutment A, naabot tay abutment protection sa including sa iyang scope of work, abutment A. Mali siya yung picture sa iyang abutment A. Damage na po niya, walay protection sa iyang abutment. So natay additional scope of work. Next. So sa iyang girder frame, so mali atong kita, gawin duan, mali siya atong scope of work, na naa siya ay carbon fiber plate and carbon fiber sheets. So sa Dangoan Bridge 2, naatay 10 girder. So only sa first span, natay 5, sa middle span, natay 1, then the third span, natay 5 ka girder lang ang napil sa scope of work. Nabutangan siya o carbon fiber sheets and carbon fiber plate. Next. So these are the quantities sa civil works, natay clearing and rubbing, bridge structure excavation, carbon fiber plate, then carbon fiber sheets, 2 layers, Handy-jack embankment and concrete slope protection. Next. So, mo ni siya among pictures taken sa bottom sa bridge, ilalom, and sa ibabaw. Barangay Bridge 2, Station 1331 plus 321. That's all. Thank you. The next project is 26-0015, construction improvement of access roads leading to world tourism destinations. Tourism road infrastructure program 3, access road leading to Mount Sioan Resort. Station 3 plus 262 to Station 3 plus 362, Gingoog, City, Misamis Oriental. With the IABC of 4,144,285.68. Yung length is 100 linear meter. Contract duration is 50 calendar days. Location is Gingoog, City, Misamis Oriental. Yung scope of works, concreting of road with a total length of 100 meters. Yung carriage view rate is 6.1, so 3.05 plus 3.05 siya, with thickness of 0.23. And PCCP, yung shoulder width is 1.5, thickness is 0.15 PCCP. So, nato removal of trees, nag-remove po ta sa existing na damaged paved road with gratitude drip up sa canal and city things. So, yung typical restriction is nani. So, full throughout sa project. So, naatay 3.05 plus 3.05, 1.5 left and right, then canal both sides. So, we have bill of quantities. So, nata 1.67 months for field office for the engineer. Billboard is 5. Traffic, 1 lump sum. Nata removal of trees nga 6 kabuok. The removal sa existing damaged paved road, item 101 dito. Surplus common excavation, 102. Embankment, 104. 105, preparation, subgrade. Aggregate service course, item 200. Line 3111A para sa atong shoulder. 3111C1 para sa atong main carriageway. And 505 sa atong line canal. Then 612 sa atong seedlings. So,
Okay, thank you. Engineer Gingoog. So, since we are done, last one. Since we are done with the scope of the project, before we proceed with the documents of the technical and financial component for the checklist, any questions from our interviewer? Still none. So, since there's not any question? Okay. Question? Yeah. So we proceed with the use of the technical and component.
Documents comprising the bid. Technical and financial components. For the eligibility requirements, bidders are required to submit the following documents. First, a builder certificate of registration under platinum membership. Second, a statement of all ongoing government and private contracts. Third, a statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC. Fourth, the bidder's computation of the net financial contracting capacity or NFCC. Finally, for joint ventures, a joint venture agreement or JVA in accordance with Republic Act number 4567, otherwise known as the Contractor's License Law and its implementing rules and regulations. Please be reminded that the failure of the bidder to update their PhilJet certificate of registration with the current and updated supporting documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. For the single largest completed contract, or SLCC, the bidder must have completed a contract similar to the project we bid. The value of the SLCC, adjusted to current prices using the PSA consumer price indices, must be at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract to be bid. However, contractors under small a and small b categories who do not have similar experience may still be allowed to bid, provided that the cost of the contract does not exceed the allowable range of contract cost of their registration, in accordance with PCAP guidelines. Please note that the SLCC must be supported by an owner's certificate of final acceptance issued by the project owner other than the contractor. Alternatively, a final rating of at least satisfactory in the CPES or a similar performance and monitoring system may be submitted. For contracts with the private sector, an equivalent supporting document shall be required. For the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, the bidder's computed NFCC must be at least equal to the approved budget for the contract to be bid. The NFCC is calculated using the prescribed formula, as shown. The values of the current assets and current liabilities of domestic bidders shall be based on their latest audited financial statements. Joint ventures may participate in the bidding process, provided that the primary purpose of each member is similar or related to the requirements of the project. Each member of the joint venture shall be jointly and severally liable to the procuring entity in case of any breach or failure to comply with the project requirements. For the submission and receipt of bids, each bid shall consist of two components: the technical component and the financial component. These components must be placed in separate sealed envelopes and submitted simultaneously. Bids shall be received by the Bids and Awards Committee, or BAC, on the date, time, and place specified in the invitation to bid. The first bid envelope shall contain the technical documents, which must include at least a PhilJet certificate of registration under Platinum membership, B, PCAP license and registration in the case of a joint venture, C, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, D, statement of the single largest completed contract, or SLCC, E, computation of the net financial contracting capacity, or NFCC, actual joint venture agreement if applicable, and G, bid securities in the prescribed form, amount, and validity period. H, project requirements, which shall include the following: 1, the organizational chart for the procurement project to be bid. 2, the list of contractors' personnel, for example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen, to be assigned to the project, along with their complete qualifications and experience. 3, the list of contractors' major equipment units, whether owned, leased, or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project. 4, omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 54.3 of this IRR. 5, latest general information sheet, GIS, reflecting the beneficial ownership information, BOI, duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, for corporations. And 6, sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership, following the template attached as Annex A for all bidders, including sole proprietorship. The following forms are for your reference. For bid security, all bids under competitive procurement methods must be accompanied by a bid security. The bid security serves as a guarantee that the bidder will enter into a contract if awarded the project. The bidder shall submit either a bid securing declaration or any form of bid security in an amount not less than the required percentage of the ABC, according to the following schedule: cash or cashier's or manager's check issued by a bank, 2% of the ABC, bank draft or guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit issued by a bank, 5% of the ABC, Surety bond callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company. 5% of the APC. The omnibus sworn statement must be executed by the bidder or by its duly authorized representative. It should contain the requirements outlined in section 54.3 of the implementing rules and regulations of RA 12,009. Contractors' key personnel. The key personnel should meet the following number of years' work experience. The experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy service. Include the tax identification number or TIN of the key personnel. Compliance to DEO. 98 series of 2016. Revised guidelines on the accreditation of contractors, consultants, materials engineer, and to include the contact number of the materials engineer. Compliance to DEO. 148 series of 2024. Guidelines in the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants project engineer. If a proposed key technical personnel is an employee of the bidder and working on another project at the time of the bidding, the bidder shall submit a certification that 1. The personnel will be pulled out from the ongoing project once the bidder is awarded the contract, and 2. He or she will be replaced with another person with equal or better qualifications as certified by the head of the implementing office, pursuant to Department Order Number 9, Series 2012. The proposed key personnel and replacement must be named in the bidding document. The following are the key personnel required. 1 project manager with 5 years of general experience and 5 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The second is 1 project engineer with 3 years of general experience, 3 years of relevant, and is a DPWH accredited project engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, including their project engineer certificate. The third personnel is 1 materials engineer who is a DPWH accredited materials engineer. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their materials engineer certificate. The fourth personnel is 1 foreman who has 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached. The fifth personnel is 1 safety officer 2, with 5 years of general experience and 3 years of relevant experience. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training issued by Dole. The last personnel is 1 full-time health personnel. A valid and updated government issued ID with 3 signatures should be attached, as well as their certificate of training. For contractors' major equipment units, the contractor must provide proofs of ownership or other supporting documents for equipment that is owned, leased, or under purchase agreements. For leased or purchased equipment, a certificate of availability from the lessor or vendor must be submitted for the duration of the project. Proofs of ownership and supporting documents must specify model and year, capacity, performance, or size, plate number, motor number, body number, chassis serial number, engine serial number, specific location and condition of the equipment. These requirements are in accordance with Department Order 58, Series of 2012. For contractors' minimum materials testing equipment, refer to Department Order 11, Series of 2017 for the required equipment. The second bid envelope shall contain the following financial documents. Original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form. Original of duly signed bid prices in the bill of quantities. Duly accomplished detailed estimates form, including a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. Cash flow by quarter. Submission and receipt of bids. Bid submission may be done manually or electronically online. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. The address for receipt of bids submitted manually is Back Conference Room, 3rd floor, DPWH MOFDEO, Barangay 26, Gingoog City, Misamis Oriental. For electronic submission, electronic bids _Misamis Oriental 1 at dpwh.gov.ph. Modification of bids. Bidders may modify their bid before the deadline for the receipt of bids. In case of modification, bidders shall not be allowed to retrieve their original bid, but shall only be allowed to send another bid, equally sealed, properly identified, linked to their original bid, and marked as modification and stamped received by the back. Withdrawal of bids. Bidders, through a letter,
may withdraw their bids or express their intention not to participate in the bidding before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. They shall no longer be allowed to submit another bid for the same contract, either directly or indirectly. Withdrawal of bids after the deadline shall be subject to appropriate sanctions. The financial component of the bids of each past bidder shall be evaluated using non-discretionary criteria, including arithmetical corrections for computational errors, and thus determine the correct total calculated bid process. The BAC shall automatically disqualify any total calculated bid price which exceeds the AUC. The following factors are to be considered in the evaluation of the bid prices. Completeness. No price and required item due to the government, RA 12,009, indicating a 0 or a dash free to the government. All prices are deemed to include all taxes. Bids not addressing or providing all of the required items in the bidding documents, including, where applicable BOQ, shall be considered non-responsive. Arithmetical corrections. Bid prices in figures versus words prevail. Total price per item versus unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item. Unit price for the item as extended or multiplied by the quantity of that item prevails. Stated total price versus actual sum of prices of component items. Actual sum of prices of component items prevails. Unit cost in the detailed estimate versus unit cost in BOQ. Unit cost in BOQ prevails. Amount in price schedule versus amount in bid form. Amount in bid form prevails. Post-qualification. Legal requirements. Licenses, certificates, permits, agreements, and non-inclusion in blacklist. Technical requirements. Key personnel, minimum work experience requirements should be satisfied. Availability and commitment of major construction equipment and materials laboratory equipment. Performance in ongoing government and private contracts. Negative slippage of at least 15% in any project, or a negative slippage of at least 10% in each of 2 or more contracts. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on ongoing contracts within 7 calendar days and to complete them within 30 calendar days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and deficiencies. Failure of the contractor to commence repair works on contracts with pending certificates of acceptance within 30 calendar days and complete them within 90 days after receipt of the procuring entity's notice of defects and failures. Substandard quality of work as per contract plans and specifications, or unsatisfactory performance of the contractor's obligations as per contract terms and conditions at the time of inspection. Financial requirements. Bid price proposal. Required committed line of credit in the amount specified and over the period stipulated in the bidding documents, when applicable. An FCC, within 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that the bidder has the LCB, MEAB, MAB, or HRB, the bidder shall submit the following. All the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJEP certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the bidding documents. The BAC shall recommend to the HOPE the award of contract to the bidder with the LCRB after the post-qualification process has been completed. Within 10 calendar days from receipt by the winning bidder of the notice of award, the following conditions should be complied before the contract may be awarded. Submission of the following documents by the winning bidder. Valid JVA if applicable. A valid PCAB license and registration for the type and cost of the procurement project to be bid for foreign bidders in infrastructure projects, when the treaty or international or executive agreement expressly allows submission of such license and registration as a precondition to the notice of award. Or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign corporation, or the SEC certificate of registration of the foreign consulting firm, or the authority or license from the appropriate government agency or professional regulatory body of the foreign professionals engaging in the practice of regulated professions and allied professions, where applicable. Posting of performance security by the winning bidder in accordance with Section 68 of this IRR. Signing of the contract by the parties. Common errors in the submission of bids. Failure to submit original copy of the surety bond certified by the Insurance Commission, indicating the name of project, the procuring entity, and name of contractor. Shorter bid validity and bid security validity period. Overlapping of pledge equipment and committed key technical personnel. Failure to indicate the validity of bid in the bid form. late submission of bids, failure to submit supporting documents, such as the certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project, if equipment pledge is to be least purchased. Negative slippage in the ongoing projects, negative 15% or more, or negative 10% in each of the 2 or more ongoing projects, unsatisfactory CPS rating, incomplete pages of bid documents, technical and financial, authority of the signatory to sign on behalf of the bidder, single proprietor. Signatory should be the owner, proprietor only. Corporation cooperative, board secretary certificate and board resolution. Joint venture resolution agreement. Partnership. As indicated in the articles of partnership.
And additional information for our prospective bidders. So these are the scheduled procurement activities for the presented project. For the deadline of assurance or downloading of bidding documents, deadline will be on February 26, 2026 until 8:30 a.m. And hard copies are available at procurement unit for DPWH Misamis. And these bidding documents can be downloaded from DPWH website and Jobs website. And for the receipt of bids or dropping of bidding documents, the deadline will also be on February 26, 2026 until 10 a.m. And for the schedule of the opening of bids, it will be on February 26, 2026, immediately after the submission of bids. And for the required particular report, so for 26 KK001, required particular report is BITCWOP, or Bridges Retrofitting Concrete Superstructure without pulse. Same for 26 KK0012, the required particular report is BITCWOP. Also for 26 KK0013, the required particular report is BITCWOP. And for 26 KK0015, the required particular report is RCP or construction for PCCP. And for 26 KK0052, the required particular report is BICWOPLC or buildings construction without pumps, low-rise concrete frame for 1 to 5 stars. And as shown, this is a summary of the technical and financial document to be submitted. And note the bid and supporting documents should be held and properly bound. So that's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Having been discussed. So before we end up, may I ask if there's any clarification or any concern? For our YouTube viewers, none. For any motion for the adjournment of this pre-bid conference?
Mr. Chair, I move for the adjournment of the pre-bid conference for civil works dated February 12, 2026. I second the motion.
So it's a move and seconded, so I declare this pre-bid conference for civil work February 12, 2026 adjourned. So thank you everyone. Once again, good morning and God bless everyone. Thank you.